New Year's Eve racing takes place out at the Vaal. We are racing on the straight track, the original track for this 7-race program, and race number 1 is set to get underway at 12:50 over 1400 meters. Joining me on the line is Alistair Cohen. And Alistair, how are you doing?
New Year's Eve, you open up with that unbelievable Raheel. Yeah. Where's 2024 gone? I hope it's been a great one. Lots of fantastic memories on the South African racetrack. I suppose the default will be going to the Hollywoodbets Durbanville, won by Oriental Charm in the first Saturday of July. But yeah, many great stories. Also the year last season was obviously David the King, quid pro quo, sweeping all aside. It's been a wonderful 2024, lots of great memories. Let's finish with a good one on the 31st of December as we lead up to obviously the big one on Saturday, the Lomarold Kings Plate. Fields are all out by the time this goes to publication, so there'll be a lot of opinions out there, and I'll pick 6 carry over to that. And I also want to make mention of the Hollywoodbets Punters Challenge. Not been prompted about this, but I know you and I and various others that get around the courses and commentate and present are avid players of the Hollywoodbets Punters Challenge, and I find it a lot of fun. So maybe we can get a little bit of extra 2025 cheer through the Hollywoodbets Punters Challenge. Obviously not an easy competition to win, but it's free, it's fun to play, it's great to play, and yeah, 7-race card at the Vaal, so maybe we can make some inroads.
Yeah, hopefully we can. And we begin in race number 1, where number 1, Cheerio Baby, is the favourite, 4-1 into 3-1. Number 10, Gimme Passion, from 5-2 has gone up to 3-1. Number 14, Warning Sound at 33-10. Messalina at 6-1. It's then 10-1 and Better Bar Those. Now, 1400 meters, the trip for this contest. Alistair, what's your thinking here with this field of 14 runners?
It's going to sound very repetitive throughout this card, Raheel. Not an easy race. The first thing I want to draw to punters' attention is you open up, we're on the original course of the Vaal on this New Year's Eve, and judging by the configuration of the track, high number draws will probably be suited. However, with that said, the World Sports Betting Grand Heritage, which was finally run on Christmas Eve, it didn't look like there was too much bias at the Vaal. So obviously the winner of the Grand Heritage won hard up on the inside. First, second, third and fourth, I think, were all on the inside, and the consolation, all the action was towards the outside. So without any rain around, certainly not for the last couple of days, I'd venture to say that you probably got a fair track to run down, but I'd still rather see a high number next to the horse. Number 1, Cheerio Baby, probably deserves her place at the top of the board. She's obviously no champion. Second run after a long break. She may have just needed her first run back where she wasn't disgraced behind Kamati River. Obviously a penultimate start, the form line's working out nicely. The step up in distance is likely to help. She's not past the post. Just bear in mind, this is the first leg of the bipod and the place accumulator on the 7-race card, so don't get stuck in the mud. There's obviously a lot of improvement to come from 3 horses in the race. 10, Gimme Passion, very well-bred daughter, Gimme the Green Light. There's a relation to some grade 1 placed horses. 2, number 10, Gimme Passion. The debut was good behind Spumante Dolce. Mike de Kock, not that he bothers these days about lines and who beats who at work and lining them up, just gets the horses ready. But Spumante Dolce obviously hails from the de Kock yard and finished in front of Gimme Passion by 4 1/4 lengths last time out. Gimme Passion likely to improve at the home course. There should be any amount to come. 11 Head to the Star should also improve, but I do have serious queries about the level of that form. But we know that Diane Stinger doesn't ready them up first time out, so should come on. Whether it'll be enough to come on and win, I don't know, but get into the top 4, number 11 Head to the Stars, and also I think number 14 Warning Sound shouldn't be all that far away. If you like Gimme Passion, Warning Sound only has a 1/4 of a length to make up. The direct winner from that form line was Kali Carr, who ran about 4 lengths behind Gimme Passion and Warning Sound. There have been a couple of place getters in the form of the Mightiest and Hearts on Fire. So that's all there to digest. Just a quick word about number 9, Kate Saffron. She's been to the course before. She got scratched at the start. She played up badly in the stalls, but the fact that she's back roughly a month later is a good sign. In order of preference here, Raheel, my numbers are going to be 1, Cheerio Baby, from 10, Gimme Passion, and 14, Warning Sound. Between the 3 of them, they should surpass in the bipod. Maybe take 1 away in the place accumulator.
Yep, that is race number 1. 3 horses to play around. Moving along to race number 2 next. This is the start of the pick 6, 1000 meters the trip. It is a maiden plate. 25 past 1 is the off time and the time you need to get those pick 6 bets on by. Number 1, Elysian Bow, favorite at 18-10. Indesio at 2-1. 28-10, Tiger Storm. It is then 10-1 and Better Bar Those. Now, Elysian Bow, he's only really reproduced one good run to date, but that run, I guess everyone was sort of running for second behind Cosmic Queen. So 18 to 10, not convinced about this horse here, Alistair, but not convinced about the form on offer here.
That's the bottom line. You summed it up, Raheel, because you feel uncomfortable simply taking 18 to 10 about number 1 Elysian Bow. And when you look, Elysian Bow finished in front of Desire on the Hong Kong run, and there were a good 5 lengths between them. Although Desire had potential disadvantage of being drawn toward the inside on that occasion. Still 5 lengths is 5 lengths. It's a bit of ground to make up. It's not going to be too easy. So Elysian Bow should have the beating of number 5 and Desire. Then we've got number 2 Tiger Storm, who's just developing into a professional maiden, and it's hard to get too excited about his chances. You go to Elysian Bow's penultimate start behind Cosmic Queen. The winners out of that form line include Pretty Precious and Thunderbird, but there was nothing else in that race. That is a little bit of a worry. This is the start of the Pick 6. I don't want to overcomplicate this and motivate horses at a big price that have no form as potential horses that can come out and spoil the apple cards. Maybe number 7 Pantera Untia.
Oh no, not again, Alistair. Not again with this one.
Oh yeah, yes, going back. I know it might sound a little bit like I'm going back to the well, but yes. I'm going to give her one more chance coming back to the Vaal. She's had her chances, Pantera Untia. Just some of her runs are good enough to give her a bit of a squeak, and an outside draw gives her a chance. Plus her record in the wet. I know that I said there hasn't been too much rain around, but the sting's certainly going to be out. So I think that maybe she can sneak in. But yeah, definitely the horses to focus on are 1 and 2. 5 and Desire, just worth another chance. The other horses in the race just look like they stuck in the maidens and just need a very, very weak field to get the job done.
Yeah, Alistair's a very loyal man. He's sticking with number 7 Pandero Unsia as perhaps the upset type here in race number 2 at 10 to 1 in the market. But you've got Elysian Bow, Tiger Storm and N Desire who bring some sort of form into the race, and let's see if they are able to get it right at their respective starts. Moving along to race number 3 next. This is set to be around over 1400 meters. It's an MR96 handicap. 2 o'clock is the off time here. And having a look at the fixed odds betting market, favorite is number 7 Xantha at 28 to 10, Ampersand at 33 to 10, number 1 Biopharma at 7 to 2, Bob's Your Uncle number 5 is at 9 to 2. There's been a bit of support for number 2 Wiseact from 8 to 1 into 6 to 1, and number 6 Fully Loaded 10 to 1 into 8 to 1, and then you can get double figure odds about the bottom 3. Now, what's your thoughts on race number 3? This horse Xantha ran against far stronger last time out. It is a dropping class for him, and he's been holding fairly solid form. And I mean, he beat Choice Sonata in the maidens, and he's got just 52 on the back.
Yeah, so I'll give him a chance for Hill. Jackpot 1 is my suggested bet on this card. Number 7 Xantha is a definite inclusion for the reasons that you mentioned. Down in class, I think it was a super strong Bedway Dingons this year, won by Quid Pro Quo. Of course, second was Fire Attack in Nursery, when a third was Great Trick, so I wouldn't be losing any faith in any time soon. And off a lightweight, number 7 Xantha's got to be allowed. Does he have the game to go down the Vaal straight? That remains to be seen, but if he does, there's absolutely no reason to write him off. I think that he's going to develop, and he's actually going to be a useful older 3-year-old into his 4-year-old campaign. I don't think we've seen the best of him. Annoyed that he got a penalty for being beaten 13.5 lengths, but he looked out of place in the Dingons, to be fair, and he didn't disgrace himself, so that might be sound. 8 Ampersand has to go in. Pilasande Oli takes her out for Paul Matchett. Consistent, doesn't win too often, hasn't won in 500 days, but there are hints that a win's just around the corner. The last form line to Passage of Power has worked out nicely. The winner, Passage of Power, Frank the Form, the horse who ran 5th, Secret Chord, came out and won, and there have been horses that were absolutely unsighted that have run places in the form of Vegas High Rise. King of Numbers, there we go, there's another update to the form line. King of Numbers, a subsequent winner, and also Peace Treaty came out and Frank the Form, so that's got to put Ampersand's chances into a positive light. I've got number 5 Bob's Your Uncle, and I'm willing to give him another chance or two. I know he's won over 1,200 meters, but I don't think he's a 1,200 meter horse. He'll be more at home over this trip, number 5 Bob's Your Uncle. He's an absolute triumph. He's an overachiever. He's bang there. But the horse that I really like, and I'm so disappointed with the price, I thought we'd get more than 7 to 2. Number 1 Biopharma Raheel. He's going to be my top selection. First run in a handicap in a very, very long time. Last run in a handicap at the start of the year. This was a horse that ran with credit to the likes of Tail of the Comet and Purple Pitcher as an early 3-year-old. He's been sparingly raced this year in 2024. He's only had the 6 starts. It's his 3rd run after a break. could never win an 1100 meters first time out, and then last time in a graduation plate, the numbers just didn't add up according to the weights, and he had no right to be there. On the back of a rating drop, Pete Run, I like his chances, number 1 Biofarmer, and for whatever value 7-2 is for players, he's actually a value play for me, number 1 Biofarmer, and I'm going to have a small winning bet on number 1 Biofarmer, but my jackpot with my other numbers just covers in case he does not arrive.
Yep, number 1 Biofarmer, definitely going to be a big contender for top honours, and Pierce Radham gets a good tune off the son of Pomodoro. Moving along to race number 4 next. This is a fillies and mares 89 handicap, 1800 meters. It is a start of jackpot 2. 14:35 is the off time. Number 9 Hat Queen is the favourite at 3-1. Number 3 Miss Galetta at 4-1. Number 6 Ronnie of Couture is at 4-1. 5-1 about Avon Toe. 6-1 Two Step Queen is then 7-1. And better Baldo. Scratch number 1 Little Mary Sunshine. Field of 9 runners remain for this contest. And this horse, Hat Queen, they put the lights out last time out with this filly over 2,000 meters. She found a match in the form of Mount Etna, but I think with the lightweight, she could be a lot more competitive. She seems to run well when she's got a bit of a lighter weight to shoulder.
So I can shed some light there, Raheel. I think that I know it was only 2 months off. It's not an earth-shatteringly long break, but that was the day at the Vaal that they paraded in the back parade ring, the old back parade ring under the trees, because it was so hot. And she wouldn't have been the only horse that came back with post-race distress. But I think the fact that she just never had that run in between, and I know that 2,000 meters might just stretch her slightly, probably reach the distance, but just on the right day, I think a combination of all of the above just may have helped her, or may have caused her to run just slightly under par. Not taking anything away from Mount Etna winning. Mount Etna is a very well-performed long-distance horse, but Hat's Queen, I'd like to believe, and I'd motivate, is at least a length or two better than that run. Yes, you're right, also off a lightweight, her record does suggest that she might be a little bit more competitive, and I think the fact that she's stepping up, getting better, and out of draw 1 again on a course that she runs well at, number 9, Hat's Queen, is the horse that I'm going to lead with. I've only got 2 horses in my jackpot. She is my top selection. The other horse that I've got a lot of time for is number 6, Rani of Couture. Returned from a long break last time out and ran a quarter of a length behind Mount Etna. May have been a little bit stiff not to finish a bit closer. I've always believed that she's above average. Interesting that she gets this distance, whereas the rest of the family couldn't get anything around the turn, anything past the sprint distances, whereas she does, number 6, Rani of Couture, and she's just consistent in all upwardly mobile and maybe just a tad underappreciated by the handicapper. So I've got time for her. On that last run to Mount Etna, she holds Two Step Queen and Avo. There's 2 horses who I suppose warrants a little bit of respect. I think Flamboyant Flyer with the penalty, it's going to be hard for her to back it up. So I'm pleased with the 2 horses I've got in 6 and 9. If I had one other, it would be number 3, Miss Scaletta.
Yep, 6 and 9, the 2 horses to play around in race number 4. Moving along to race number 5 next. This is a fillies and mares 70 handicap over 1800 meters. 3 is the off time, and yeah, your favorite is number 3, Mary Reed, 4-1 into 33-10. Number 4, Sneak Preview, trading at 9-2. 5-1 about Have a Party, 11-2 and with an E. 7-1 Free in Seattle, and then it is 12-1 and better all those. Now it is a big field of 14 runners that are set to line up over 1800 meters. What's your thinking here?
So, Raheel, I'm giving a horse here one more chance. That's Free in Seattle, who I went with at her penultimate start. I left her alone last time out when she ran better with blinkers on for the first time. But I'm just of the opinion that this horse is just about popping and ready to go well. She's been kept on the boil for a long time, but she's been running well for a long time. And the fact that she's been popping up on my radar for long enough, in her penultimate start where I was really keen on her from a good draw, she somehow ended up deep around the outside of runners, and that just was of no assistance whatsoever, and she stayed on behind Flamboyant Flyer, who runs in a race stronger in the stronger division of this 1800 meters divided handicap, a race earlier. And I think that she probably run into the top 4, Flamboyant Flyer, and I think that'll stand number 8, Free in Seattle, in good stead. She's not a horse that we can get overly carried away with, but at a price of 7-1, she's probably worth a little bit of an each way play under Raymond Danielson, who's riding very well indeed. She's no backup. Backup comes up in the form of number 4, Sneak Preview, who I probably add a push tip as my top selection. Lucky Hudalakis and Craig Zaki team up. A bad run in the penultimate start over 2,000 meters. Not too sure what happened there, but you can see that her record back home at the Vaal is much better. She's just a different horse at the Vaal is number 4, Sneak Preview, so she'll always go into the play at her home course. Number 9, Have a Party. She's just consistent. She was well beaten by Stable Companion Fetching Flyer last time out, but there's no reason to suggest that she's suddenly going to drop the bundle. She got a penalty for being a loser last time. Hopefully that doesn't take the wind out of her sails, but there's no real reason to turn around and say that she can't go well. And then there's a horse here over here. It's either win or completely unsighted. Number 12, Silver Parasol. I'm putting her into my play. She's at a price of 16 to 1. Cabello Matsanyani takes her out. Very much informed jockey for a very much informed trainer. Last time she ran over 14.50 behind Miss Leah. It wasn't an awful effort. She's over 1,800 meters for the second time in her career. She didn't run any type of race over this distance the first time, but she's so down in class, so down in the ratings, that I'm just going to put it in as a more of a speculative inclusion rather than a confident one. But the Mother Silver Mountain was top division. She was prolific over a mile. She was very, very good over 1,600 meters with Silver Mountain. I just think that we might see something for number 12, Silver Parasol here, but it's more of a thought rather than any type of scientific explanation.
Yeah, number 12, Silver Parasol, 16 to 1 in the market. Could be a great find if this filly can put her best foot forward here in race number 5, now going over 1,800 meters for the second time in her career. So we'll certainly keep a very close eye on her. But number 8, Free in Seattle, the top pick here for Alistair. And she represents some decent value at about 7 to 1 in the market. We're moving along to race number 6 now, penultimate race on the program. 15:48, fillies and mares, 80 handicap over 1,200 meters. Number 4, Blizzard Snow is the favorite at 28 to 10. Number 1, Francillian at 3 to 1. Number 7, One Party, 7 to 2. 9 to 2, Take Your Place. It's then 7 to 1 and Better Bar Those. Now, this filly from the Tony Peter yard, Blizzard Snow, she ran 4th last time out. And yeah, she seems to have ability, but has been well held at her last 2 starts. And I know that this horse, Francillian, does have a lot of weight to shoulder, but I think this filly has got more to come, and it is a drop in class for her.
So there are 2 things here, Raheel. I've got no spooks, by the way, in this race. I think that the market's pretty much got it bang on. 1, 4, and 7 are my numbers in the final leg of Jackpot 1. Both numbers 1, Francillian and Blizzard Snow, are 2 horses that drop in distance. I don't think they got home over 1,400 and 1,450 last time out. The heavyweight that Francillian's got, I think, is more out of reputation rather than record. I mean, beating Striking Angel at your 3rd start. I know that you look very progressive, but to be lumbered with a 92 may have come a little bit too soon. That is the slight concern, but I do believe that back down the straight, she's got every chance, number 1, Francillian, so we've got to put her in. For Blizzard Snow, I mean, she just not got the genetics to get 1,400. It was worth a go last time out, but for me, she just fell in a hole. She'll be far more effective over 1,200 meters, number 4, Blizzard Snow. Gets Gavin Arena on board. That's a massive positive. Also, the high number draw in the 8-horse race is going to help her chances. I expect her to show a lot of pace, and she could be hard to take back. She'd be my top choice. And I've got time for number 7, One Party. I always do. Also dropping in distance, although she's at least won over 1,450, but she might be more at home over the sprinting distance. Informed trainer Fani Broncos having a very good festive season. Chase Morjan takes her out. I can have her. She'll be my backup to numbers 1 and 4, but 1 and 4 are definitely my top 2.
Yeah, 1, 4, 7, perhaps at a stretch the 7 horse there, but 1 and 4, the 2 that you can play around. Race 7, final race on the day. This is an MR 72 handicap over 1,200 meters. 25 past 4 is the off time. Number 2, Captain Efficient. He's trading at 5 to 2, 4 to 1 Mariachi Madness, 9 to 2 Pacific, 11 to 2 about Prince of Kildare. It is 13 to 2 about Written in Stone. And then you can get about 8 to 1 and Better Ball. Those number 4, which is Oriental Bouquet, and number 12 twice as well are the 2 scratch-ins. So it's a field of 10 runners that remain. Alistair, race number 7. What's your thoughts here? How many numbers for you?
A lot. I wish Twice as Wild was running. she's going to go in as the next time. So we'll have to wait. No point crying over spilt milk. The horse that I like most here, it's a horse that's done me a few favours on the show, Raheel. That's number 1, Prince of Kildare. Heavyweight, obviously. Inside draw, not a great thing, but ran in a progress plate that he had no right to be in last time, off a rating of 74 against horses rated in the hundreds and in the 90s. He just had absolutely no right to be there, and was beaten 14 lengths and was geared down very tamely over the last 200 metres to no fault of anybody. He just couldn't compete with that level, and I think coming down to this type of level, if he does get a bit of luck in running, he could be dangerous. He's a horse to watch. I almost think, I don't know if Billy Rates is almost the scientist in the fact that he runs his horses in the wrong races to figure out what the right races are. Quibus Roof for me is prolific at that, running horses in the wrong races to get them into the right races and get a gauge of the right ratings. But number 1, Prince of Kildare, is just in much calmer waters, and he's a horse you've got to respect. Number 2, Captain Efficient, at the top of the board. That's no surprise to me. He's a player, no good thing, but he's a player. And then just further down the page is a very valuable form update for number 9, Pacific. And without this form update, it might not look too compelling, but ran third, 0.8 lengths behind In the Ether on Christmas Eve. So just add that into your form, guys. And I think the extra 200 meters is going to help them along. And Craig Zaki at 54 kilos for St. John Gray. I don't know when last St. John and Craig even said hello to one another. And Craig riding at 54 for a handicap at the Vaal on New Year's Eve, a week removed from Christmas, when he's chasing the championship and very comfortable sort of doing his 55s. I'm not for one moment reading too much into it, because there probably is nothing to read into it. But anyway, that's something just to make you prick your ears with number 9, Pacific. Throw him into the play. 7, Written in Stone, got to have some sort of say, although I always prefer him on the inside track to anywhere else. Not to say that he can't win anywhere else, because he does win at the Vaal. He's just probably a length better on the inside track. Mariachi Madness for me needs to confirm that much better last run behind Micker's Bomb. For me, that just came out of nowhere. Pala Millions, I think, has a bit of a place chance. But a wide open race, and summarising, my numbers here will be 1, 9, 2, and 7 in order of preference. But it's probably the type of race, if there's something that's popped up on your radar, something that you're watching, put them into the play.
Yeah, 1, 2, 7, and 9, the forces to play around in race number 7, which looks to be a competitive race to wrap up proceedings for us at the Vaal. We're going to move along to the suggested bet now, and Alistair will take us through suggested bet for the 7 races on the program on New Year's Eve. And Alistair, take it away with Jackpot 1.
Yep, Jackpot 1 starts in race number 3, so don't miss out. Race 3, 2 o'clock, Jackpot 1, 7 races on New Year's Eve, and also 7 races on the 2nd of January, so just wrap your heads around that. Don't miss the boat. 1, 5, 7 and 8 in the first leg, Biofarmer, Bob's Your Uncle, Xanthan, Ampersand, with me taking a nice each-way play on number 1, Biofarmer. Second leg, 6 and 9, Ronnie of Couture and Hat's Queen. By 4, Sneak Preview, 8, Free in Seattle, 9, Have a Party, and 12, Silver Parasol. And then the final leg, 1, 4, and 7, Francilian, Blizzard Snow. I suspect the 2 to beat, but I've got number 7, 1 Party in there as well.
That is Alistair's jackpot, and it is set to get underway in race number 3. And just having a look at the off time one more time, 2 o'clock, the off time for race number 3. So that is it for racing out at the Vaal on Tuesday. Alistair, thanks very much for your time. Looking forward to what 2025 has in store for us.
Yeah, may be the best year ever, but let's finish strong in 2024 at the Vaal on New Year's Eve, and lots of good vibes coming up in the South African circuit at the moment, especially down in KZN and Cape Town. So we're looking forward to 2025 and looking forward to catching up with you soon, Raheel.
Absolutely. All the best with racing on Tuesday out at the Vaal.